pass over the camera now, but this will all be on the tape. Lovely. It's Lar Whitty, ladies and gentlemen. Lar Whitty! Watch out for Tommy. Hello. Hello. Doing this, lads. Hello. Hello. That's better. My name is Lar. How are y'all doing? Yay. Excellent, excellent. My name is Lar. I've always hated the name Larry. I never really knew why until the other day, and I heard another comedian use it in his set as he referred to his penis. So from now on, I will never go with the name Larry because I don't want to have to think about my penis when I think of my own name. So yeah, that's a little personal story about me. How you all doing? Good stuff, good stuff. I'm from Dublin. Are you all from Dublin? Who's not from Dublin? Give me a cheer if you're not from Dublin. Woo! You don't count, Saul. Where are you from, sir?
Wexford.
Wexford. What part of Wexford?
Wexford Town.
Wexford Town. There's no jokes about Wexford Town. Make something else out of it. But you're very welcome in Dublin.
Thanks.
Yeah, so I'm from a very big family, and despite what the stage might tell you, not a very tall family. Yeah, that's my only shit one-liner joke of the night, so we'll just move right past it. I'm from Dublin. I'm from the north side of Dublin. I'm from a small town called Coolock. Anybody heard of it?
No. Yeah.
Someone adamantly said no in a way that sounds like we have. So, you never heard of Coolock? No. Coolock's not the nicest part of all of Dublin. Coolock's full of a fair few scumbags. You see this kind of bar, this kind of nice moody candle lighting, and the broken glass along the floor, the writing on the wall. This is the type of establishment I'm actually not allowed in unless I'm on the show. I was doing a show on Dane Street the other day, and there was a ruckus outside the room, and there was a fight going on. And there was a man wrestling with the bouncers, desperately trying to get into the bathroom and being dragged away, just saying, "Oh, is this not a free country? We can't use the fucking bathroom in here." Took 3 lads 20 minutes to wrestle him upstairs and throw him out on the street. They told us he's this junkie who lives around that's been desperately trying to get in every night, and they're just not having it anymore. So that was quite upsetting because that was my dad. First time you came to see my show. No, I'm kidding, that'd be a turn up from Bucks News. But yeah, no, I'm actually looking at my notes because it looks like a professional comedian. I have no idea what I'm listening. So yeah, no, Saul, when I was trying to explain where I was coming from, where I was from to a lot of tourists the other day, I just told them that we actually have the Irish version of Monopoly. And the Irish version of Monopoly is some wonderful places. Dundrum, Clondalkin, etc., etc. Yeah. Coolock is not a square on the Monopoly map, so it's just not. You can't buy property in Coolock, no one owns it. You can't put a hotel on Coolock. Then at a very young age, saw that Coolock is in fact represented quite big on the Monopoly map by jail. That is another reference to my father.
I've been there before.
Of course you have. It's a nobody in Coolock passes go. But we do actually collect €200 every week for no good reason. It's funny you mention the hotel thing actually, because there was actually one group of people who decided to build a hotel in Coolock. The Hilton Hotel. There's a Hilton Hotel in Coolock. Anybody ever stayed in it?
No.
Here's scumbags just like me, that's good. It's a lovely hotel. We're all very proud of it in Coolock. And it's one of our only landmarks. The Hilton Hotel themselves, not very proud of it, not at all. For example, if you go to the Hilton Hotel website and try to look up the address of the Coolock Hilton Hotel, it's not listed as Main Road Coolock, it's listed as near Malahide. Malahide is a square on the Monopoly map. It's very disingenuous, isn't it? It's like if you went to a job interview and you just got out of prison and you told your new employer that your last 3 years have been spent working near society. Yeah, no, I don't know if you can tell, I'm not a big fan of where I'm from. It's the kind of place where like people just boil your blood by doing stupid shit, stupid. People walk around in their pajamas in the middle of the day to go to the shop. People, Saul, who give their children some of the dumbest fucking names you have ever heard. I know people who are named Heaven, Sky, Angel. Does any of you have kids? Nobody has a kid?
No.
You have a kid? No? Okay. For example, Saul, that's a very generic name. Rory, wonderful Irish name. I know a woman who named a baby Star. 2 R's.
Changes everything.
It does, Kira, because I don't care how many R's you put on the name Star. That's a fucking dog's name. I find it infinitely worse when people name their children after cars. You know, Lexus, Porsche. I know a woman recently, a relative in fact, who named her kid Mercedes. Mercedes. Mercedes, if you come from Mexico, Saul, and your name is Mercedes Lopez or Diaz, one of the exotic names for one of the sexy person. Yeah. If you're from Coolock and your name Mercedes Doyle, that doesn't have the same effect, does it, Carol?
Turns me on.
If you're from Coolock, or any part of Dublin or Ireland for that matter, and you want to name your kid after a car, your only option is a fucking Skoda. Skoda Murphy. It's not a bad one, is it? It's funny actually doing a gig here, kind of brings back some funny memories. I've done this workshop before, I performed this gig, and I remember the last time I performed this gig, it was a horrible gig because I stood up here at the show and there were these group of hecklers just right here, wouldn't you? I'd never dealt with a heckler before, it was an intense show. They would not shut the fuck up, it was amazing. One of them is now my girlfriend. So, these people were so bad that to deal with a group of hecklers, I got to tell a person to shut the fuck up, and a whole group of room of people applauded. Oh, she's just over there. Thank you for putting up with me. I'm going to pay for that one. Yeah, it's kind of a depressing time of year for me, to be honest. I come from a very bad place, it gives me depressing thoughts. And it's now Christmas time. I used to love Christmas. Christmas was a fantastic time for me. Does anybody here love or hate Christmas? Do you love Christmas? Yeah. Do you hate Christmas? Yeah. Oh. Somebody hates Christmas. I hate Christmas too. I used to love Christmas. Christmas was fantastic for me. It was a whole 6 weeks of joy, followed by 6 weeks of nothingness. It was brilliant, you know? For 6 weeks, there's a build-up, there's anticipation, there's decorations everywhere, everyone's generous, everyone's wonderful, there's food galore, you drink non-stop. It builds up, you're wearing stupid clothes, you're doing 12 pubs of Christmas. Christmas morning comes, there's an array of presents, piles of them. My mother is the type of person who used the amount of gifts she gave as a sign of how much she loved you. Every year, my sister and I had a friendly competition to see who would get the bigger pile. Who did she love more that year? As the years have gone by, the size of my pile of Christmas presents has diminished. I hear that in my head as the years have gone by, the size of my piles have diminished. Yeah, thank God they're diminishing. I don't know whether that's to do with my age or how much my mother loves me. My sister's piles have stayed the same size. Last year was the absolute pits of my life so far. When not only was my sister's pile of Christmas presents bigger than mine, but so were my dogs.
Oh.
Wait a minute,
that was really sad.
That was disingenuous, but thank you. You might think that's a very selfish way to think about Christmas, but when your mother's the type of person who shows her love and how much she values you by the size of Christmas presents she gives you, it's kind of a shocking moment when you realise that your family value your 1-year-old Shih Tzu more than they value you. Self-esteem is kind of in the pits. Yeah, I don't know. I find I take that stuff to heart very quickly. I very quickly become down and sad, mainly because I don't sleep very well. I don't sleep a lot. Don't look after my face. I haven't slept very much in 2016. What about you? But yeah, no, I did struggle having any kind of mental health illness or symptom in Ireland. It's not the best place to have it. I don't know if anyone else. Does anyone else struggle with insomnia?
Yes.
Was that a very cheery way to ask a very sad question? Yes. Does anybody else? It's a sport that Rory does. Rory, is it bad for you? You struggle with sleep?
It's mainly down to alcohol.
Mainly down to alcoholism. That's half of Ireland, and that's half the reason why no one in Ireland gives a fuck if you have insomnia. In Ireland, we have a coffee shop named Insomnia. Let that sink in and pretend to laugh. Brought proof. Insomnia. Now, that's one thing on its own, but the tagline of the company, they put this on the cup, is love being awake. Go fuck yourself. Like, to be quite honest, I should have too far away and the microphone's over last. Thanks for this,
and then the stage up, you're going to fall in through the crack.
Oh shit, you gotta pull my hamstring, man. Jesus Christ, man. I know you're Mexican, but that's not much. Love being awake. Like, that's not just bad, like, bad form, that's bad marketing. Like, you wouldn't go to a tobacco shop named Lung Cancer.
Yeah.
It's controversial, right? You know, you'd never drink in a bar named Jaundice. And I would never buy a chocolate bar from a sweet shop named after a diabetic fucking coma. I'm not gonna lie, lads, that's the punchline of that joke and it doesn't get any better, so... So yeah, I get depressed very easy and my self-esteem is kind of down. My self-esteem has never been further down than recently when I was travelling through America. Me too, man. Me too. I was travelling through America, so I got to New York City, and at a subway station, a homeless man asked me if I had $1. And when I told this man quite honestly that I didn't have $1, not only did he believe me, but he saw something in my eyes that made him reach into his pocket, take out what I assumed was his only dollar in the entire world, and offer it to me. Rory, do you want to know what a homeless man in a New York City subway station with one crumpled up dollar to his name said to me?
Yes.
It gets better. Do you want to know the absolute worst part of that story?
Yeah.
I took his fucking dollar. So I got into stand-up comedy to try and boost my self-esteem. I thought I'd be performing in front of big lights, a big stage, and awesome venues with beautiful audiences. And if I could just meet that homeless man one more time, I think I'd tell him, keep that dollar. Because I know now that it does not get any better. Thank you, Doyles. Have a great night.
I'm letting Tommy step up. I'm not even gonna fucking speak till you get the fuck where you're going. Tommy, no, sorry, Lar Whitty. It's actually the second time at one of these comedy workshops that a man started in a relationship and by the end of the single. But the camera's been passed back over so we can actually see the girlfriend you referred to. You know, she is real. It isn't a fucking cardboard collage. Hi, I'm Lar Whitty.
Hi Lar, how are you? You've just come off, how do you feel?
I feel good, I feel energized, I feel great.
It's a nice small crowd in there, very intimate. Are you getting used to that? Kind of different groups of different numbers, different gigs?
No, I've done a few gigs to even less people, it's fine. It's a nice intimate atmosphere, you can get a lot more ad-libbing and improv on stage as well, you know, so you can have a lot more fun with the crowd.
Is this kind of the gigs that you try out new material and things on, or?
Yeah, I always have a few things that you've written and you haven't like refined, and then while you're up on stage there's a bit of a quiet moment and you just throw it out and see where it goes and see where it takes you, because it's harder to come up with it sitting down and writing or even talking to people on stage, just talking to animals.
So you did the workshop a while ago, about a year ago, was it? Or
6 months ago.
About 6 months ago. What have you done since then? Because it seems to be a lot easier for you now.
Yeah, well, I've done about 40 odd shows since then, for gigs all around the place. Like went to Edinburgh, did some shows there, like so. Done some kind of intense shows that went terribly, bombed, died in a hole, and done some shows that went really well. So kind of had a plethora of experiences, if you will.
When you die in your hole, is that something that you build from then? Does it make you more confident for the next one?
Yeah, I guess it does. It takes a bit of time because it shatters you initially, and it's only when you go back on stage you realise that it was kind of like you can sweep it away. It's just part of it. When it first happens to you, it builds in your head. So the best thing to do is you kind of do as many shows as possible. But you have to just get back on the horse immediately. Otherwise, it will kind of creep up on you. And so the best thing to do is just tackle it straight away.
I haven't had experience now as a working comedian. What would you say to any of the ones who it's their first time going on tonight? Any advice?
I'd say get as much time on stage with the microphone as possible, even when it's terrifying. Like, if it's not terrifying, it's a bad thing. So, like, even though it's terrifying, get as much show time as possible. Like, there's shows all over Dublin that you can get onto, and it's just good because you get different audiences, you get different experiences, different types of nights, like, and you get the idea that, like, you could write a joke for one crowd and it wouldn't work, but for another crowd, it's the funniest thing in the world. So I'd say just as much time on stage as possible.
Have you watched your first time on stage back?
I didn't have that filmed. I've watched some of my first shows back, yeah. We have.
And is there anything you change?
Oh yeah, I changed it. There's a lot of stuff. I mean, like, I used to talk too fast. You couldn't understand me. You could tell I was kind of like trying to, I don't know, being afraid to look at the crowd sometimes. If something went wrong, just immediately panicking. So I kind of learned a lot about just being kind of in control of the room when you're holding the microphone. If stuff goes wrong, you just make it part of the show, you know. So even if you mess up a line, you know, quickly make a joke about it and change it however it needs to be. But yeah, mainly that sort of stuff, just being able to think on the spot.
Would you advise other people looking to do comedy to do the workshop or something similar?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, if nothing else, like, you learn immediately, like, writing processes and just like how to think, like how to throw ideas around in your own head and with other people, and then just the thing of getting on stage and seeing other people get on stage and realizing how, like, once you get up there, that's actually the easiest part. Once you actually get up and say hello, then it's the easiest part of it all, because all the other stuff's really difficult for me anyway.
Well done tonight. You did a great gig, and hopefully we'll see you again soon.
I'm sure you will.
Bye.